Welcome to this tutorial on pi-topCODER. pi-topCODER is a key element of the overall pi-top operating system, which is endorsed by OCR, a major UK exam body for teaching computer science up to 10th grade or GCSE. Let's launch pi-topCODER. Here you can see there's a whole list of over 100 hours of pre-built lesson plans which follow the computer science curriculum. These are designed by teachers for teachers and cover both the fundamentals of how you code, covering things such as functions, data types, loops, and so on. There's also a real emphasis on project-based learning through each of these lessons and a focus on physical computing. So let's take a look at one of these lessons. Here we can see one on how we build a burglar alarm. First of all, let me give you an introduction to how one of these worksheets is set up. What pi-topCODER is a code editor. So on the left-hand side, we actually have our lesson, the information that we're going to follow. This is the step-by-step guide. In the center is our code editor, where we can actually write our text-based code. And then on the right-hand side, once we run this code, is our code output. It is also an error checker, so that as a teacher, or as a student, we can quickly identify where we've made a mistake in our code, correct it, and move on with our lesson so that we can cover more. This setup, it actually mimics how a developer works in industry. They typically have 3 monitors covering the information they're working on, the code they're writing, and their code output. So this is how we build a burglar alarm. As we go through the step-by-step guide, we can see, for instance, the different components that we actually need in order to complete this. In this case, an LED, resistor, breadboard, some wires, and a sensor. And as we go through, we can see that it starts to introduce the code that we need to program this piece of hardware. And as we go through, you can see it's explaining each individual extra segment of code that we add until we end up with a completed burglar alarm at the end of a short worksheet. This is just one example of the kind of physical computing you can do through pi-topCODER. There are a whole host of other lessons, such as creating a whole traffic light system using multiple LEDs, buttons, and a whole host of code. So this is pi-topCODER, over 100 hours of pre-built lesson plans. This will actually be linked to the student's teacher's account called pi-top Classroom, where they'll be able to track and view their progress through each of these worksheets, gaining vital statistics on their progress so that they can both challenge students that are streaking ahead and support those that are falling behind. This is pi-topCODER, part of the pi-top operating system.